聖杯をめぐっての。
Okay, let's get started. Alright. So, last time let's see. Oh, my room changed. Nice. Let's see, material. These main records. Tokens of the Lostbelt. Okay. Okay, so we can't view the records yet. Okay. But, basically, what happened last chapter was we got contact with Chaldea, and we discussed what was happening with Kentucky and brought everybody up to speed with what happened when we arrived at the Heian-kyo. So, right now, we just finished chapter 3, and we're at the Noble Residence, aka Murasaki's residence, and we're about to start chapter 4. Steel Diaries, first half. So, let's see. It looks like we're fighting a Saber and an Assassin. Saber's the main enemy. So... we might be fighting against Suna again. Which... no. Where are you? There you are. Okay, so we got the team. We switch up with Stay Shown again. Oh, there you are. Okay. Alright, so we got our party set up. Let's get started. And it'll be the same like last time, whenever my phone almost dies. Hopefully not in the middle of a cutscene. And you'll get more of my voice acting skills. As the moon sets, the clouds part, revealing a sky beginning to lighten. Very nice. There's just something about her stories that really speaks to me. They make me feel like I'm a character in them myself, experiencing life in that palace. But I can't get behind using them for politics. That's just cruel of Lord Michinaga. Writers should be free to write what they want. I don't think people can really do their best work when it's just for themselves. I think it only happens when they're trying to live up to others' hopes for them. And I'm sure it's no different for her either. I think she's just putting everything she's got into writing more stories to make Lord Michinaga and Lady Shoshi happy. But then again, maybe I'm just overthinking. There are times when that is true and times when it is not. Stories, huh? Yep, an unfinished story. I think Karuko's journey isn't anywhere close to over, and I don't want it to end here and now. I want to make sure she's writing her best story right up to the very end. And just for her story, that only she can write. You need not worry. The act of storytelling is very similar to the act of following one's dreams, finding inspiration in great poetry and weaving one's own world. She will see it through to the end, I'm certain of it. Huh? Really? You seem awfully well informed. Indeed, I am. My own friends were great poets with similar inclinations. The city of Kyo, rampant, where monsters... Hold on. Alright, sorry about that. The city of Kyo, where monsters, evil spirits, and Oni run rampant. Of late, such foul creatures have been prowling even the city's main roads. Now, something even stranger has been spotted walking Kyo streets. At night, a great hulking beast that towers over the average person. A steel monster. Indeed, the metallic glint of the beast's body under the pale moon's rays resembled nothing so much as steel. Truly, the beast, with its eerily glowing red eyes, made for a terrifying sight as it wandered the deserted streets. The people of Kyo cowered in fear of this beast, convinced that it would devour them if given the slightest chance. Even though no remains of the beast's meals, human or otherwise, were ever found. The end. Excerpt from a diary. And there you have it. Lately, there have been a number of rumors about steel monsters supposedly walking the main roads at night. I remember seeing traditional Japanese monsters running around, but indeed, I too am unsure as to what this means. No citizen of Kyo has actually seen the monster themselves, yet the rumors continue to spread. Should it prove to be no more than a rumor, then we can cease our work. However, these rumors did begin only a few days ago, almost at the same time as the Imperial Holy Grail War. Yes, exactly. Steel, huh? So this thing's using steel to armor its entire body? If that's true, that's a hell of a thing. Steel's been used to make weapons since pretty much forever, even back in the Age of Gods with Susanoo no Mikoto. Even now, they say that the sword that was used to kill Orochi was made of steel, and it's being kept in a shrine somewhere now. But then, what was then? That was then, and this is now. And while I know a whole lot of things are different nowadays, I never heard of anything like that even as far south as Hakata. Which basically means there's nothing like it in all of Japan, or China, for that matter. I'm guessing it's probably just a monster with tougher skin than usual. I mean, it's not like we're talking about the Setsu armor here. Eye shining. Oh? You mean golden huge bear? What's that? Oh, did I see something weird when I was talking to myself? Sorry about that. Didn't realize you were listening. I was just running my mouth figuring you wouldn't know what I was talking about. Anyway, just forget you heard about that. That was, well, it's one of the Genshi's most secrets. And I'll get in a heap of trouble if they find out I let an outsider know about it. So please, just forget anything I said. I didn't hear anything. You didn't either, right, Donzo? Right. I neither heard nor recorded anything. We heard you say armor of steel that could not possibly exist no more. Indeed, even several hundred years from now, in the Age of War, when I myself lived, steel armor was an extremely rare sight. I have never heard of such a thing being made in Japan. The only sets that existed were imported from foreign lands. Like China? No, like the countries in the South Sea. Countries in the South Sea? Oh! So down in the south, there are actually countries out on the sea? I suppose that is technically what my phrasing suggests, but that is not generally what is meant, no. I was actually talking about foreign lands from much farther away. Western lands, to be exact. They're basically on the other side of the world. No, wait. Nope, I don't get it. But wherever these places are, I guess not even Hakata trades with them. Anyway, make sure you chew your rice thoroughly, Drake. You ain't touched your food in a while now. There ain't no way to show appreciation to Lady Kadoko's servants for going out of their way to make rice for our breakfast. Now go on, eat up. And make sure you savor every bite. Munch munch. That's more like it. Alright, Drake, I got something to tell you. You just keep on eating while I do the talking, okay? I want to talk about what we're going to do about the Imperial Holy Grail War. To be honest, I don't know what I should do. I got the marks on my hand, but I never got a heroic spirit of my own. After a few long days of waiting, I thought you might be my servant, but then you said you were not. Instead, your master's got nothing to do with the Imperial Holy Grail War. Anyway, putting all that aside, after hearing everything your friends at Chaldea had to say, I can't help but think this Imperial Holy Grail War is nothing but don't pass the smell test. In fact, it reeks to high heaven of outright villainy. This Limbo guy, yeah? I always thought this ritual sounded pretty weird, but now I know it's this evil bastard's crazy scheme, a lot of things make sense. Your friend said to stop the ritual, right? Nod while chewing. I think that's the right idea. There's no point in warriors who've sworn to protect the country competing with each other like this. Well, I guess the Imperial Palace decided otherwise, but who cares? They're morons. Anyway, there you go. I ain't about to dance to some evil bastard's tune. Lord Kintoki. Don't worry about it, just my water bottle. Whoa there, don't go following me, you're here. I see you have a great sense of humor as well, Lord Kintoki. As I am puppet, rather than a human being, I can assure you there's no need to worry about that. Got it. Did Lord Kintoki just avert his eyes from me a bit? Lord Kintoki. Yeah. Is there something I am lacking? If there is, please say so. Heroic spirits are supposed to be summoned in their prime, but I'm afraid I'm still deeply flawed. Regrettably, it seems that even in my prime, my various functions were plagued by many defects. I have thought about it a great deal, but the fact remains that my functions are still imperfect. If I have done anything to offend you, I would ask that you please let me know. Right, got it. Now, do you think you could maybe... Much swallow. Danzo, I think you're kind of in Kintoki's personal space. Oh, I see. Don't get me wrong. I think it's great how your outfit's built for mobility. But when you get too close, it's hard. It's a little hard to know where to look. Catch my drift? I see. Is that how it is? That's how it is. So yeah, I wouldn't mind giving. If you wouldn't mind giving me some personal space, I'd appreciate it. Haha. Oh hey, you're all done eating, Drake. Alright then. Now it seems like a good time to tell you what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'm gonna stop this Imperial Holy Grail War and whatever this Limbo's bastard's up to. So I want you to think of me as one of your trusted companions, just like the rest of your team. Thanks, Kintoki. Right on. I too am glad to have you on our team. Alright. Next we gotta figure out how it is we're going to do that, right? Well, I think the fastest way is to take down that Limbo scumbag, since he's behind it all. You don't know where he is, do you? No, I'm afraid not. We do think he must be somewhere in Heian-Kill, but even that is no more than a hunch. Hey, nothing wrong with hunches. In my experience, more right. They're right more often than not. Besides, it's not like we don't have any clues at all to go on, right? What'd you say this Limbo's guy other name was? Ashiodome, though not originally living during this time. That's it, Lord Ashiodome. He's the Onmyoji running the whole Onmyo Bureau in Lord Seimei's absence. He's about as high up as the higher-ups come. Rumor even has it that the Minister of the Left's keener to listen to him than Lord Seimei now. Danzo, I got a question for you. Yes? Would you recognize this guy if you saw him? Yes, I would. Lord Limbo and I have our own history of sorts, so I am certain I could tell at a glance. Whether this Ashidomen is the original living one from this time or Limbo, then we have our first objective. Hell yeah. Alright, next thought. We're smack in the middle of the whole Imperial Holy Grail War, yeah? And since it's crazy, this crazy huge ritual that requires every Onmyoji in the Bureau working to pull it off, all of those folks are gonna have to hunker down in the safest part of the city. So I'm thinking if Lord Domon's gonna be anywhere, it'll be the Imperial Palace. Back when I was gathering information, I took a look at the Imperial Palace at the end of Suzaku Avenue. Even though it's being rebuilt after the fires burned parts of it down, it has a strong temple-level bounded field, better than top-rate mage workshops. In fact, it could just well be even stronger than that, and I'm afraid I'm just not knowledgeable enough to see it. Then I guess sneaking in's out of the question. Yes, I believe so. The only way we're getting in there's through the front door, and with a damn good reason. Huh? Good morning, everyone. Oh my, it seems you've all polished off your breakfasts. Would you care for another serving of rice? It wouldn't take any time at all to prepare. Hell yeah, thanks, Lady Karuko. I'm sorry. I'm not used to hearing men speak at such volume. So, then would you like seconds, yes? And very much so, from the sound of it. Very well. Coming right up. The servants will be thrilled to know you enjoy their cooking so much. Oh yeah, seconds would be great, thanks. And while we're at it, we got another favor to ask you, Lady Karuko. Oh yes, by all means, anything for honored guests. Indeed, you're all free to stay as long as you like. And if you have any special requests, I will gladly do whatever I can to grant them. I knew the daughter of Lord Fujiwara no Tametoki would hear us out. You proper nobles really know your manners. I hate to take advantage of that generous nature of yours, but it's for the greater good. Lady Karuko, we do have a request to make of you. A big one. Hey. Keep it down, Kintoki. Oh, right. Sorry. Lord Kintoki, what were you thinking making Lady Karuko cower in fear not only once, but twice? It's not like I was trying to scare her. Sorry about that, Lady Karuko. See, the truth is, you wish to visit the Imperial Palace? I see. Well, I am sure you already know as the warrior of Genji. I must feel I remind you that the Imperial Palace is home to His Imperial Highness, the Emperor. Only the highest ranked officials may enter, and only for the purpose of discussing political decisions that affect all of Japan. The only exceptions are those who serve the Emperor or Empress personally, such as myself, as I am one of Lady Shoshi's ladies in waiting. One cannot simply walk in as they like. But, of course, you knew that when you made your request, didn't you? Please, I'm begging you here. Oh my, Lord Kentucky, please stop that. There's no need for you to bury your face in the floor. Dogiza, I've never seen a warrior of Lord Kentucky's caliber lower himself like this. Please, we need your help. I promise we won't make any trouble for you. Well, I mean, not more than we're making now. As long as we don't, as long as it doesn't get back to the main Genji house, you can even use my name if you want. We just wanted to talk to Lord Ashia Doman in the palace. So please, Karuko, help us out. Lord Kentucky. Well, there may be a way. If I use your name when I ask Lord Michinaga, he may be willing to let you in. Still, I already owe Lord Michinaga many favors, and I am a little reluctant to be deeper in his debt. I don't want to ask you to do anything you're not comfortable with, Lady Karuko. If you can't help us, that's okay. We'll just lay low here until we come up with something else. Well, I guess we'll be making trouble for you either way, but... yes, that's true, isn't it? Alright, I understand. I understand very well now. At this point, only Lord Michinaga and a few more favors won't change anything. I'll figure something out. Okay? Wait, hang on. I ain't hearing things right. Karuko just said she figured something out, yeah? She sure did! I was a little uncertain of what to do since it was such a big request, but I'm not uncertain anymore. That's all. So while I'm uncertain of how helpful I can be, I will do my best. Awesome. Thanks, Karuko. Thank you, Lady Karuko. We are in your debt. Thanks, Karuko. You're welcome. At any rate, I will do everything in my power to get you inside the palace. But I am still not certain Lord Michinaga will allow it. So if I am unable to make that happen, I hope you can forgive me. Oh, I don't know. I think you're pretty good. You got a pretty good shot. You're not just any lady anyway. After all, you're the Murasaki Shikabu. I'm sure the Minister of the Left remembers who you are. I mean, from what I've heard, everyone in the whole palace reads your stories. Oh right, you're still working on the Tale of Genji, aren't you? Yes, that's right. Gasp of realization. Don't tell me you've read it, haven't you? No, wait. I'd love to know what you think. I mean, I'd really love to know what you think, but if you say anything I'm not ready to hear, I don't know what I'll... But never mind that. You need permission to enter the palace, right? Then leave it to me. I'll do my very best I can to get you in. It seems that others have various difficulties of their own. Sure looks that way. I can't even imagine what it's like for Of course, this is my first time meeting a storytelling genius. Writing stories is basically like looking in on entire lives unfolding in completely different places and describing them one word at a time, yeah? That's a whole different story from just recording some noble's accomplishments or rumors about some warrior. Ain't like keeping a diary either. I think it was Kyoko who said writers pick and choose whatever they like from real events, rumors, journals, dreams, and so on. And then they weave all those different elements together into a single story. So you start with just words, and when you're done, you've got a vision of a whole different world from the one we live in. Man. I bet both reading and writing things like that, it's gotta be a ton of fun. Thank you for waiting. Lord Michinaga has agreed to grant you entry into the palace tomorrow morning, though only briefly. Now come, you must leave right away. That's great, Karuko. Thanks a ton. Come on, Drake. I know you're sleepy, but it's time to get going. I was just taking a quick nap. Here, Master. I brought you a damn towel. Perhaps it'll help wake you. White face. Feeling more awake now? I know it's been a while since we had dinner, and you must be pretty tired, but you'll just have to suck it up. Anyway, I gotta say, it was pretty smart of you to get us in right around daybreak, Karuko. I'm sorry it took so long for my messengers to obtain the necessary permission. Still, if we take a carriage now, we should arrive at the palace shortly before the gates open. I'm surprised it'll let us in at this hour. Oh, well, this is actually a special exception, since this is a matter that needs to be kept quiet from the main Genji house. The Minister of the Left thought you should come when you were unlikely to see any palace outsiders. Nice thinking, Lady Karuko. Of course, I expect we'll still have to have some waiting around to do once we get there. But hey, that means we ought to get to see Lord Doman first thing in the morning, right? Yes, that's true. You hear that, Drake? Great, let's get going. Right, Master. I never thought we'd get to ride in a carriage. Is this normal? No, not at all. Typically, carriages are only for nobility. Normally, it would be unthinkable for a shinobi like myself to so much as set foot in one. This is so exciting. I cannot believe I got to ride in a carriage not once but twice. Something wrong? Oh, no, it's just, well... Master, I am detecting vicious magical energies outside of the carriage. There are monsters afoot. But don't worry, Lord Seimei's spell should keep them away from us. We'll just have to go around them, that's all. Too much trouble, come on, boss! Haha. I bet seeing little Ashigahara Sumo will wake you right up. Lady Karuko, you and your servants can just sit back and enjoy the show, too. Let's do it! Right. Hostiles confirmed. Moving to eradicate now, Master. Okay. I thought the stream died for a second there. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Land ceremony. So we might be facing Tsuchikumo's. We'll switch to Castoria and Musashi. There you are. Alright, let's see. Oh, never mind. Just more battles. Okay. Alright. Got two. Alright.
熱を帯びなさい。丸みアドワーズ。運命をかけた戦いであれば圧倒します。豪快にひらめいた。レーケンオーパー2。オーイエーセレクシン。マイネームイズ武蔵宮本。水上戦も何のその。どこでも戦えるのが2.1流なのです。
Alright, that's 2 down, 5 more to go. Or 4 more to go, technically. Alright. I'm amazed we made it to the palace without having to take a single detour. That was truly an impressive performance. I still can't quite believe you defeated all of those monsters so easily. Hey, it's daylight now. That's a weight off our shoulders. Yawn. I'm so... Now I'm feeling silly. That's silly. Were you not the one saying fighting would wake us all up? We ran into monsters on the night of Kyoko's carriage too. Yes, we do tend to see a lot of monsters in the middle of the night or right before dawn. Yeah, those things really prefer darkness. They almost never show their faces when the sun is out. The only thing you gotta worry about during daytime is Oni. That truly does sound nightmarish. I had no idea Heian-Kyo was such a dangerous place. Be that as it may, Kyo is still the most prosperous city in all of Japan. Indeed. I dare say it would be impossible for any other town to surpass its scale. Even now, the Hakata Otsu, which serves as Japan's key port of trade with China, is still a far cry from Kyo's size. And yet, despite that, we still gotta deal with monsters. But hey, what are you gonna do? Heian-Kyo wouldn't be what it is today if it hadn't been for the great Sei Taishogun Sakanoe no Tamura Maro, and all the other warriors who fought and died to claim victory here. And of course, when you got winners, you also got losers. So what happens to the losers? Maybe they all die off? Or maybe they head out into the fields and mountains and spend the rest of their days nursing a real bad grudge, the kind that lasts for generations. When they die like that, they probably come back to haunt the people they see as responsible for their fate. Sorry, that was my cat. Luca! Luca! turn into Oni or Tsuchigumo while they were still alive. That really does sound like a bad grudge. Lord Kintoki. Just kidding. If everyone that lost the war really did turn into monsters, society as we know would have been wiped out long ago. So, I don't think that's where all the Oni and Tsuchigumo come from. Just some of them. I wonder which side O Takamaru came down on, and whether he changed his mind after Lord Tamaramaru beat him. And then there's his wife, Lady Suzuka Gozen. Some say she was an Oni herself, or maybe the daughter of the Demon King, but who knows? Maybe she's just a really tough warrior from a powerful family, one without any horns or flame breath or anything. Not that we'll ever know now, of course. Anyways, some of the losers who nursed a hell of a grudge gave themselves over to darkness. And even now, they threaten kill during the night. You got it. Here we are, everyone. We've arrived at the Imperial Palace. Then, if you will excuse me. Huh, Lady Danzo was just here. I don't see her anywhere, though. Is she still in the carriage? No, she's not. That's strange. Maybe she got off before us. I could have sworn I saw her here. I even thought I heard a voice. But if you're sure, I suppose it must have been my imagination. Perhaps it's because I didn't sleep last night. Well, that certainly won't do now. I need to be clear-headed and on my best behavior here. No, not just me. That goes for all of you too, remember? The palace does not tolerate any rudeness whatsoever. So please, make sure you take extra care with how you speak and conduct yourselves. Is that clear? Understood. Got it. No, wait, I mean... I am aware, Lady Karuko. Rest assured, I, Equerry Sakata Kinkoki of the Genji clan, have matters well in hand. Please be sure you do. Only one transgression will see us all lose our heads, myself included. Alright, let us be on our way. Lord Ashiatomen, the current head of Onmyoji. I have indeed heard rumors that he is somewhere inside the Imperial Palace. He would not usually be this early. But apparently he is in the middle of performing a crucial ritual with the rest of the Onmyo Bureau. So he is at the palace day and night for the time being. I do not, however, know exactly where to find him within the palace. All I can do is show you around while no one else is around. Whatever you do, please make absolutely sure you do not go anywhere the Emperor or Lady Shoshi may be. Understood. Understood. Good. Then please continue this way. Although Lady Shoshi's father, Lord Michinaga, has taken up residence in the palace, we should not have to worry about running into him at this time of day. So please, do not worry about that. Got it. Whoa there! Hold up, Lady Karuko. There's someone headed this way. Whoever it is, they got a real glamorous air about them. Could be a lady in waiting, or... Oh? Tomo! Well, hello there! What a surprise to see others up about this hour. You're one of Lady Shoshi's lady in waiting, aren't you? Murasaki something, wasn't it? Good morning, Lady Takako. My name is Fujiwara no Karako. I am also known as Murasaki Shikibu. That's it, Murasaki Shikibu. I've been reading your stories for a long time now. Is that Tamamo? Yes? I'm sorry, but who might you be? Oh, right, where's my manners? I am Sataka Kintoki of the Genji clan. We've come to see Lord Doman about an important matter. Well, how very polite of you. I suppose this must be your first time seeing me in this form. You mean you don't remember? Come now, think back when you first came down from the mountain. That mountain in Saga. Oh, but then again, you were so young that you probably... And maybe you couldn't tell your foxes from your tanuki back then. I do beg your pardon. Not at all. We do appreciate everything you do for the city of Kyo. Lord Sakata Kintoki. As for the young man with the dark hair, I couldn't help but notice you seemed rather transfixed with me. Have we met somewhere before? If we have, I'm afraid I can't remember. I am Takako, one of the Emperor's concubines. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. That face, those ears, those tails. I'm sorry? What is it, Drake? Cat got your tongue or something? Oh, I got you. It wasn't a cat. It was a pretty noble lady. Hahaha. Sorry about that. Lady Takako, I hope you can forgive my young friend here. I see. Yes, that's quite alright. You certainly are a straightforward one, aren't you? You there. You can see, can't you? How strange, my illusions are perfect, but no one but Lord Seimei should be able to see my tails, or the ears on top of my head. No matter how gifted you may be, this should be entirely impossible, and yet you saw through my illusion like it was nothing. Are you sure we haven't met somewhere before? If you and I already have a connection of some kind, that would be a different story. Technically we've definitely never met before. Oh my, I see. Then we do have some sort of connection, a connection of sorts. Still, it seems you aren't here for me, so you truly are here to see Lord Doman. Well then, that's quite alright. I'm happy to keep my nose out of your affairs. So I do hope you'll return the favor and keep my little secret. Do we have an understanding? Uh-huh. Good. Then do take care, won't you? For I'm told Oni and vengeful spirits have taken to prowling even the palace walls as of late. So that was Tamamo, damn it! I don't know what it is, but there's something about her that made my blood run cold. Me, Kaido Maru of Ashigahara. I guess this means she's more fierce than the giant bears of Ashigahara. Man, this stuff's exactly why I don't understand women. Are you all right, Lord Drake? You seem you were discussing something very private. I've never exchanged more than a few pleasantries with Lady Takako myself. I don't think there's anything to worry about for the moment. Yeah, I don't know what all that was about either, but... Excuse me, please. Huh? I didn't sense his approach. How the hell did he get behind Drake without me noticing? I do beg your pardon. Could I have a moment of your time, young man? I couldn't help but notice the many impurities circling about your head. It may have something to do with your unusual manner of dress, but no matter. Please remain still. Exorcising evil spirits, huh? And you think you did it so easily, without even needing to light a sacred fire. Pretty clear why they say you're one of the best Onmyoji we've had in ages. There we go. That should do it. Have you run into any creatures in the night? creatures of the night, lady. Well, that won't do at all. You nearly brought the impurities with you into the palace. But that's all right. Now that I've exorcised them, we have nothing to worry about. Ashia, Dolman? Yes, that is me. Oh my goodness, I'm so terribly sorry. Though I have been fortunate enough to study under Lord Seimei, I had no idea some residual anger from the monstrosities that roam Kyo at night was still clinging to you. I do hope you can forgive me, Lord Drake. Then you mean... Did you just help me? It is good to see you again, Lady Karuko. I mean, Lady Nusake Shikibu. And you, Lord Sakata Kintoki. As for you, I don't believe I've had the pleasure. Indeed, my name is Ashia Dolman. I am but a humble omyoji. With the great Lord Abe no Seme absent, I, along with all the capable omyoji at the Omyoji Bureau, have been attempting to fill his shoes, as it is my task to protect the Imperial Palace, albeit in a manner wholly separate from our valiant warriors. I was duty-bound to do something about the impurities I saw clinging to you, however minor. I'm Drake. Goodness me, it seems you're not only overly fond of me. Perhaps I shouldn't have been so hasty in stepping in to exercise you. I'm afraid I don't understand why it is you're so wary of me. But it's quite alright. I am but a omyoji after all. Well, I am well aware that Lord Abe no Semi has a love of people in a way I never will. Indeed, the public seems to view me as something of a villain, so do not worry. I am accustomed to such dislike. It's not about public opinion. Oh? Then I may ask how you already know about me. Surely you can't have heard anything from the missing Lord Seimei. Danzo, I've been doing my best to let him blab on without cutting him off, but I can't wait anymore. Is this the bastard you guys were telling me about? Is this your limbo guy right here? Right. Master, Lord Kintoki, forgive me for remaining hidden while I speak. This man here does indeed look exactly like Limbo. However, I cannot sense any of Limbo's unmistakable malice from him. In fact, I sense nothing evil about him at all. It is almost as if the very type of magical energy he uses is completely different from Limbo. Huh? Is that so? Then this guy and Limbo must be different people. This is great, Danzo. Just knowing that's a big help. Lord Kintoki, do I perhaps have something on my face? Nah, you don't. We just want to see you and check up on something, and we have. And we're all good now. If my friend there can't seem to stop shouting, well, it's probably because he's never met an omyoji before. Can't blame him, really, since he's from real far away. Oh, I see. Do you mean like Sagami, or somewhere thereabouts? Something like that. What's all the commotion? Where do you think you are, Lord Dolman? Have you forgotten that you stand in the Emperor's palace? Lord Michinaga. Oh, Karuko, it's you. And you're Kaidomaru of the Genjin clan. I don't recognize you. Who are you? This could be trouble. Or not. We don't know. The palace played host to unusual guests today. The palace is the highest political institution in all of Japan, where the emperor himself resides. Not even warriors of the acclaimed Genji clan, or those who served Lord Michinaga himself, could easily gain entry. And yet, in spite of all of that, this young warrior and his companion said they wished to visit. Their reason? To meet with Lord Ashiodoma, the Onmyoji currently serving in Lord Abe no Seimei's stead, along with this man who has seemed vaguely unsettling to me, despite his soft demeanor. Fortunately, the young warriors were successful. Their business now concluded, I thought they would turn around and leave right away. But as luck would have it, it was then that none other than Lord Michinaga, the Minister of the Left, and the Emperor's father-in-law should appear. I was so shocked I feared my heart would leap out of my mouth. The end. Excerpt from a diary. I'm glad to see you in good health, Lord Minister of the Left. This young man here is my apprentice. I expect he will one day be equal to even the 4 heavenly kings. I am responsible for bringing him here, so I beg you please be lenient with him. Lord Michinaga, these two are the visitors I told you about the other. Silence, Karuko. I am speaking with Kaido Maru right now. Yes, Lord Michinaga, forgive me. Now, you there, boy. Let me take a look at you. Meet his case. Oh? How odd. It seems you are truly unafraid, even in the presence of the Minister of the Left. I see. So you are one of the Genji's up-and-coming warriors. Kaido Maru never mentioned that. If you had shown even the slightest sign of fear, I would declare you an interloper and lopped off your head where you stand. But, it seems you married a stern stuff instead. Have you perhaps encountered a great malicious spirit before? If you have, yet retain your sanity, then that would mean you must be of a kind with Raiko and Kaido Maru there. Wouldn't you agree, Kaido Maru? I would. While such monstrous bloodlines have no place in the nobility, they can be quite useful in warriors, as Mitsunaka has demonstrated. You may raise your head, warrior of Ashigahara. I will not reproach you for this transgression. Thank you, Lord me. Now, why have you done? Okay, no. There you go. You said you had a reason for this. Very well. Tell me what it is. Yes, sir. Oh boy. Now what do I do? Just our luck to run into the Minister of the Left like this. And in front of Lord Delman, no less. So what do I do? If I mess up here, all our heads will roll for sure. Well, Sakata Kinkoku. This will be a good challenge in its own right. Alright, time to steel myself. I'm just gonna have to make him understand what's at stake. Kaido Maru, I know you're not a freaking visitor to the palace, and especially not at this early hour. I also heard from Karuko that you wish for an audience with this Onmyoji. Why is that? Tell me, why have you done this, Kaido Maru? It's the Imperial Holy Grail War. All those claims about the Imperial Holy Grail War bringing Kyo 1,000 years of peace are a pack of lies. Oh? The Imperial Holy Grail War's true aim is pure malice. We believe it's all a villain scheme that will lead to the great uprising that threatens the peace of the entire city of Kyo. Please, Lord Minister of the Left, we beg you, please reconsider going ahead with the Imperial Holy Grail War. A villain scheme? But Lord Seimei himself detailed the workings of this ritual in the letter he sent. Ha 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 ha. A villain scheme that will lead to a great uprising. Of all the things I thought you might say, have you forgotten, Kaido Maru? This contest was Seimei's own proposal. I can understand how an innocent youth of the mountains to the east may not fully grasp the weight of the words of the greatest Onmyoji of our time. Hold. But this is no excuse not to think before you speak. Remember, Kyo is already beset by constant threats to its peace. Well, it would be easy to dismiss this Imperial Holy Grail War as something not to be trusted. If true, the 1,000 years of peace we stand to gain in exchange for the lives of 8 foreign sorcerers isn't the most worthy prize. And if it should prove to be false, then we shall be no worse off than we are now. Am I wrong, Kaido Maru? But Lord Minister of the Left, I am told we already know about this ritual from... How the hell with it? Come on, Minister, how do we even know this letter we sent from Lord Sammy? He just gave up. For all we know, it could easily be a fake. Don't you see how damn fishy all this is? Come on, Minister. This has gotta be some kind of villain's plan. Kintoki, Lord Kintoki, stop, please! You mustn't speak Lord Michinaga in such a coarse manner. Sorry about that. I mean, forgive me, Lord Minister of the Left. But I meant every word I said. Please believe me, at least, about that. You have certainly never been this insistent about anything before, Kaido Maru. I can also see why you are by no means an experienced liar. You say a villain is behind this. Tell me more. Well, what do you know? They're a lot more reasonable than I thought, Michinaga. Lord Kintoki! A man called Limbo. I'm positive he's the one behind the Imperial Holy Grail War. Go on. So you believe this to be the scheme of villain from another world, do you? Fascinating. Indeed, we do know there are worlds beyond China and Japan, as evidenced by the different casters from distant lands we've already seen. And it does stand to reason that not every person from these worlds would be kind and pure of heart. So I can see the logic behind your claims. However, everything about that letter we received, from the crest on its seal to the strokes in its writing, matches Lord Samy's other letters. Isn't that right, Dolman? Yes, Lord Minister, I am certain of it. I still don't trust that Dolman guy, but if Donzo says it ain't him, I'll just have to trust that it ain't. Besides, accusing him of being in Limbo won't get us anywhere. Is something wrong? It's nothing. Furthermore, we have no evidence to verify your claims. It is one thing to make claims about this Limbo person being behind it all, but as of now, we have only your word, and we cannot halt the Imperial Holy Grail War on your word alone. Damn it, I should have seen that coming. Of course, that's how was going to be when we had no plan for things to go like they have. Right now, the only proof we got is Drake and the rest of the Chaldeans' word. I believe him. I mean, I'm already totally on board, but of course Lord Michinaga is going to go for it. Especially when he doesn't have the same bad feeling about this as I've got. So what do we do now? However, I am a reasonable person. If you claim that the Imperial Holy Grail War is in fact a wicked scheme that must be stopped, then bring me proof. Lord Michinaga. Watch your tongue, Kaido Maru. Now, as I was saying, you may either bring me proof that this is all some wicked scheme, or if all the masters remaining in the Imperial Holy Grail War were to refuse to compete, that would effectively halt the ritual as well. Lord Michinaga, that would... Am I wrong? No. It would indeed be impossible to complete the ritual if the masters refused to participate. As I thought. And those are not the only ways. If the Genji clan, the protectors of our city, were to determine that the Imperial Holy Grail War is indeed evil, I would certainly be willing to believe them. There are a few mistakes more important than protecting the city where the Emperor resides. So if the clan charged with the task were to abandon this ritual in favor of protecting the city, I would certainly have no grounds to object. How does that sound? Hey, yeah. You really are a reasonable guy, Michinaga. Hmm? This aura. Watanabe no Suna. Brother Suna. I overheard your discussion. My apologies. I never thought we would both ask to enter the palace Kintoki, let alone do so at the same time. Unfortunately for him, Minister of the Left, your proposal will not be possible. I am both a master of the Imperial Holy Grail War and a member of the Genji clan, which means neither of your conditions can be met. I am devoted to see the Imperial Holy Grail War through to completion. Damn it, Suna! Ah, if it isn't Suna, the warrior of Genji entrusted with the prize Higekiri. Ha 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 ha. It seems that as though you have your work cut out for you, Kintoki. Suna. Kintoki. I told you I would have you show me your left hand the next time we met. Did you now? If we were not in the Imperial Palace now at Gueri, I would have take a look right now and cut you down where you stand. However, it seems the terrain advantage lies with you now. So you made me go back on my word. It would seem that here, at least, you are the superior fighter. Well, thanks. That's awful nice of you. Both of you, cut it out right now! Oh, brave and powerful warriors of Genji, please no further. This is the Imperial Palace. You simply cannot fight here. I beg of you, do stay your blades. So there we have it. We would not be any closer to finding Limbo. But at least now we have, he and Ashia and Lord Doman are different people. And the Minister of the Left even gave us a chance to stop the Imperial Holy Grail War. I'd say we got luckier than we could have hoped for. All we gotta do is get either the Genji clan or the Masters to wash their hands of it. So, what's our next move? Well, Lord Watanabe no Suna does pose a major threat. If we put him aside now, I believe our best option is to find the 3 remaining pairs of masters and servants. Unless it would be easier to convince the majority of the Genji clan to denounce the Imperial Holy Grail War instead. Nah, you're right. Boss Raiko ain't gonna be much help right now, so sorry about that. Let's start talking to people and see what we can find out. Right on. Gotcha. Man, you don't waste a second, did you? I like it. Ha ha ha. You almost remind me of the Imperial officers. You used to poking around unfamiliar places or something, Drake? Then I'll make sure I don't fall behind. I won't say I'm used to it exactly, just doing what has to be done. You got that right. Okay then, let's go see what the hot gossip is. The city is so much more livelier now than it was at night. The difference is truly, well, night and day. I suppose I should have expected as much. No. Truly, this is what it should be like all the time. Pretty much. Come to think of it, you two still haven't seen what it's like during the day, huh? Guess that makes sense. We had to stay inside Kaoruko's house all day yesterday. Hey, it's Kintoki. I knew it was you. Kintoki. Hi, Kintoki. Oh ho, if it isn't Kaido Sagami. Have you grown even bigger since I last saw you? Tell me, does the leader of the Genji know you're going around town with such a lovely lady? Here, Kintoki, have some mochi. Don't worry, it's my treat. Oh, hey, this is great. We don't even have to go around looking for people to talk to. They're coming to us. That'll save us some time. Hey everyone, have you heard anything weird happening lately? Are we talking about at nighttime or daytime? It better be day. What with all the monsters who come out at night? We haven't seen the Tengu much lately. The only weird thing I can think of is that Oni, the one from Mount Oe. What, her? She's no big deal. The Genji are around to handle exactly that kind of thing. Me? I'm more worried about the Tsuchigumo. I heard that they've even been showing up around Sai Road at night lately. At night? Well, that's no surprise. At nighttime, they show up at around Suzaku Avenue, too. What? No, they don't. Come on, Kaido. Tell them I'm right. I'm not sure. Oh no, you don't. The only source of Tsuchigumo a Genji warrior needs to worry about are the big ones. It's the officer's job to handle the monsters that wander around Kyoto at night, right? Haha, thanks for saying so. We don't usually divide the work up. Sorry, my cat. Up the work neat and tidy, so yeah, that's basically right. Oh, Kintoki. Come on. What about the steel monster? Yeah. I think we've heard that one, haven't we? Wait a little bit, okay? The steel monster, a great hulking beast that wanders the streets of Kyoto at night, and that towers over the average person. That's it. You know the Inari shrine down the road from the palace? Well, my big sister said she saw it slipping out from the grounds there. So there are monsters out there and that not even the great virtues of Inari can do anything about. Yikes, that's scary. Oh, you mean the shrine where they keep the Inari palanquin? Yeah, I think I've heard that one too. My cousin has a daughter who lives near Nishibojo Alley. And she said a big steel monster shows up around midnight, making weird creaking noises. So how long has the steel monster been showing up? Has it always been going around? Or is this a more recent thing? I'm not sure. I think it was about yesterday or maybe the day before. My sister said she saw it yesterday. Master, we better look into it. Yes, Master. Then let's go check it out. Damn, Donzo, let Karuko know we'll be coming back late, will ya? Understood. Okay, looks like, yep, looks like Suna. Get my Karuko, no, my Kyoko. Alright, it's nighttime now. So far, there ain't been anything weird. Man, it's been forever since I had company at a stakeout. So this is a stakeout. I guess you're sort of used to this thing, huh, Kintoki? Not as much as an actual officer catching thieves and looking for people is usually the thing. Our jobs deal with the Oni that are trying to take over Kyo and take out monsters like the great Tsuchigumo. We also exorcise ghosts that show up in temples or noble houses, take care of any stragglers who crop up from the rebellion in eastern Japan. Things basically like that. But every now and then, we get jobs that involve taking a page from the officer's book, like this. Jobs that involve laying low, hiding out, and investigating the truth behind a rumor or mystery. Though it's all a pain in the ass. There's just so many people out in the city. And a place like with a lot of people seems like it always has more than its share of trouble. I take it you don't care much for people? Nah, it ain't that. Did I mention I grew up on a mountain? It was Mount Ashigara. Way off in the east, in a place called Sagami. And of course, there weren't any other people around. Only other things there were beasts. Beasts, more and more beasts. Oh, and the occasional Oni. So I never saw this kind of thing back up on the mountain. There weren't any other kids running around laughing, or mothers cooking, or men working. Like I said, there weren't any other people at all up there. So now that I live in the city, and I see that sort of thing all the time, I really come to love them. Not sure I'll really feel at home in the city, and I'm no big on crowds. Still love those people anyway. I mean, I guess I like the way the beasts up on the mountain went about their lives, living their lives, doing whatever they felt like to. Even though it's real similar and ain't quite the same thing, is it? I guess the best way I can put it is, they're different, but they're also not. I think I know what you mean. I'm back, Master. Also, as you wished, I informed Lady Karuko that we would be returning late this evening. Great, thanks, Danzo. Also, on my way here, I ran a quick scan of the Inari Shrine grounds and the surrounding area, and discovered a small shrine over by the tall grass that leads directly to a natural cavern. Nice. That's really, oh, golden! Right, Drake? Golden! Hell yeah! So there's an underground cave here in our shrine, huh? You're right, it does look like it was naturally formed. I wonder how far back it goes. It probably ain't that deep since I'm not feeling much of the wind, but hey, what do you know? I'm usually pretty dense when it comes to these sort of things, but even I can tell something's unusual here. Indeed, my senses are detecting the same thing. This cavern may not be very deep, but it is located right on top of a ley line rich in magical energy. Right on top of a ley line, huh? I don't know anything about magical energy, but I can tell there's something ominous about this place. Perfect for a monster's nest, or for an Onmyoji's sacred fire. So does that mean this is a good place or a bad one? If Lady Mash were here, she could put down a summoning circle. But never mind that now. The important thing is, this cave will be a tremendous asset to any participant in the Holy Grail War, and will be an invaluable resource of magical energy for Master and Heroic Spirit alike, and for the Imperial Holy Grail War. It will be a key strategic point for any caster. So that means... looks like we hit the jackpot on our first try. There's something in here. It could be Oni, it could be monsters, or Oni or Tsuchigumo. Hell, maybe it's even another visitor from a different world. Magical energy signals detected up ahead. Measuring energy levels now. Whatever they are not servants. Okay, so we're doing Babbage first, I guess. Aha, so these things are the steel monsters those people were talking about. Helter Skelters. Interesting. These things are made of solid steel, and they look like it. But they aren't in sets of armor. We haven't heard a name, so they aren't masters. So I guess that means we got ourselves some casters. No. They themselves are not casters. I suspect they are familiars, or perhaps clones. Here they come. Okay, not what I was hoping for, but... Not bad. Damn, not quite. Okay. Well, at least next turn I can one shot. Alright, three more weekly missions. They stopped. That was weirdly easy. Were those things illusions or something? No, I believe they were either familiars or clones, as I originally suspected. So they were Shikigami, huh? Something like that. This cavern may not lie right on the intersection of a lane between all the city's ley lines, but they still were abundant in dense magical energy. It will be a tremendous asset for a caster. It would also be the perfect nest for certain types of monsters. I expect the caster who discovered this cave likely placed those things to ward off unwelcome creatures. Gotcha. Those things weren't nearly enough to take down a master, so it makes a lot of sense that they were being used for pest control instead. Those were Helter Skelters. Yes. Oh yeah, you said you... Hold on, I'll be right back. Oh yeah, you said that before. What are those? I'm guessing they're Charles Babbage's familiars. Excuse me. Babbage? Now that's a foreign name if I've ever heard one. What's he like? Where's he from? Is he one of your allies from Chaldea? Or is he a caster from a foreign land like I'm guessing? I am not entirely sure how to describe him, but you may think of him as a caster. However, even if he is the same heroic spirit we know, he will be a completely different person now that he has been summoned to this place and time. Huh? Apologies. Charles Babbage is indeed a caster. He is a heroic spirit who made a mark on humanity in the distant, well, considering our current time period, I suppose it would be the distant future. And we do indeed know his name and what he looks like at Chaldea. Huh, okay. He's a genius mathematician who invented... Okay, it just cut off. The difference engine. The difference engine, what's that? Basically, he's a rogue spirit who dreamed of a different world. A different world. The difference engine would later be developed further into the analytical engine. I am told that it was the landmark invention that enabled people to perform calculations well beyond human capability, which in turn led to great cultural developments. Lord Babbage hoped to use it to bring a new chapter in human history, but that dream never came to pass. Huh? Okay. A cruel twist of fate prevented Babbage from completing the difference engine in his lifetime. But inspired by his ideas, humanity would go on to create devices of equal capability, which then used to achieve other incredible things. Now, the Lord Babbage, who has materialized as a heroic spirit, dreams of another historical timeline. A hypothetical world where he succeeded at completing the difference engine. Bless you, Luca! Alternatively, it would mean that Lord Babbage is able to see the theoretical pruning phenomenon. The pruning theoretical phenomenon. Oh, right, the pruning theoretical phenomenon. I remember now. I think you mentioned it with that when you guys were telling me your story. Let's see, I think the pruning theoretical phenomenon means futures that could have happened if circumstances were different. Not. I knew it. As long as human history remains human history, there will also always be tomorrows that can never become today. Thus, it is the fate of humanity that all tomorrows which will never be part of the chronicled theoretical phenomenon will be pruned away. Gotcha. Well, not really. But basically, you're saying this guy was inscribed in humanity for doing something he never actually managed to do. And now he gets summoned to time periods different from his own, while still dreaming his own dreams, right? That's one of the saddest things I've ever heard in a long time. I'm guessing it's just Helter Skelters now. Alright. Okay. So we'll just go with the same team before. I think we're a third of the way through. Maybe. I don't know. My life flashed before my eyes. Listening to Lord Michinaga speak I felt as though my life were hanging by a thread. I could only thank my lucky stars that it wasn't my first time experiencing such a thing, and that it was something not I experienced with any frequency. When my hand stops moving, I feel as though I have been wandering for days on end, starved and desperate for water. My hand is most accustomed to forming characters and into words, and words in their turn into stories. But every now and then, it stops, like it did the other day. But this time, whenever my hand halted, still holding my brush, something new appeared there. 3 mysterious glowing red marks known as command spells. A transient bond connecting me to and the steel gentleman. The end. Excerpt from a diary. That was great. Thanks for going to the trouble of making us dinner so late at night. Don't be ridiculous. You're all Lady Karako's honored guest. It's no trouble at all. Now, if you're all done, I'll clear your dishes. Oh, and will you be heading out early tomorrow morning as well? No, we're not planning on anything like that tomorrow. Then I'll prepare your breakfasts as well. Good night, everyone. Everything was delicious. Thank you. I'm glad to hear it. You liked it. Alright, everyone. Please allow me to review what we have learned since and what we face. I hope you will permit me to speculate where we still lack information. Sounds great. Go for it, Danzo. First, in regards to the Imperial Holy Grail War, we know that 2 masters have been defeated. Namely, Lord Usui, and Lord Urabe, 2 of Raiko's 4 Heavenly Kings. We can count them as Masters 1 and 2, Lord Watanabe no Sun, Master 3, and Lord Kintoki, Master No. 4. As such, we can assume that the Lord Charles Babbage, the heroic spirit we believe positioned his Elder Skeletors at Clones and Nari's Shrine, is the servant of the 5th Master, still an unknown Master. I trust you are both with me thus far. Does that make Drake the 4th heroic spirit? Still not a servant, Kintoki. Indeed, remember, Lord Drake is himself a master. Aha. Huh. Right, of course. I didn't forget exactly. It just didn't make sense to me. If I'm the 4th master, then where's my heroic spirit? It's not you either, right, Danzo? Sorry, no, I'm very much master servant. Besides, Lord Kintoki, I am assassin, not a caster. If it is true that a condition of the Imperial Holy Grail War dictates all servants manifesting must be casters, then it's not possible for me to be your servant. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. It's just, ever since I got these command spells, I can't help but wonder where my heroic spirit could be. Anyway, getting back on track, assuming that this Babbage guy is the 5th heroic spirit, then where's this master of the 5th one? And more importantly, who do we talk to about the Imperial Holy Grail War being evil so we can ask them to refrain from fighting? What about conditions of becoming a master in the Imperial Holy Grail War? Do you know what those are, Lord Kintoki? For example, there are a number of conditions to become one in a typical Holy Grail War, such as the master must be a mage or someone with equivalent capabilities. They must have something they wish for deeply, and so on. Huh. Sounds similar to this one, but also really different. Yes. It's almost like this one's going about everything completely backwards, you know. Indeed, everything does seem to be turned on its head here. But that is just sort of the twisted game Limbo loves to play. Oh, pardon me. I was just thinking to myself, oh, and considering how Limbo must pay for what he's done. Specifically, I was putting my analytical circuits to work while contemplating how Limbo must pay with my conscious mind. Wow, talk about walking and chewing gum at the same time. Now, I just had a thought. Lord Kintoki, you told us before that the Imperial Holy Grail War Masters are officially known as Imperial Warriors. So then, does that mean a Master in the Imperial Holy Grail War must be a warrior too? No, it doesn't. Not at all. Damn, no hesitation! It's alright, Master. I'm a puppet, so I am alright. I am perfectly fine. Yes. But I think, I'm just going to stand over there and here in the corner by myself for a while. Danzo, wait. You didn't do anything wrong. I should have told you guys about this sooner. See, back when the Imperial Holy Grail Wars was just getting started, the Minister of the Left actually told us what the criteria for being selected were. The 7 people who will take part in the Imperial Holy Grail War shall be those who possess power known to every man, woman, and child in Heian-Kyo. These people shall be known as Imperial Warriors or Masters. In total, there will be 7 casters summoned from foreign worlds and 7 Imperial Warriors, Masters to command them. Now go forth, Masters, and fight with all your might, and collect these casters' heads. That is all. The heavens have spoken. My word is theirs. And that's the long and short of it. I see. So you were told to collect the heads of casters summoned for this Imperial Holy Grail War. Heroic spirits possess strength and powers beyond what is normally possible for humans. It is unusual to speak of them as prey. A single servant cannot easily defeat the entire army in Master's world. They are seen as powerful weapons. They are mystics capable of bringing myths or legends to life. And these Han Imperial warriors have been tasked with killing such powerful beings. That is truly frightening. You think? The way I see it, it doesn't matter how strong someone is. They die like anyone else as long as you cut their head off. Then again, I suppose that just goes to show why it's better to be safe than sorry. Gotta make sure to I keep my guard up. That merely being on your guarding sense means as powerful as a servant only proves my point. Huh? But never mind. As we were saying, I cannot think of any who possess the sort of power Lord Michinaga spoke of besides the other Heian warriors. Are you certain that is not the right answer? That I sulk in the corner for nothing? What do you think, Master? You make a good point. I don't know. Hey, here's a question for you two. Does power only mean ever mastery of martial arts? That is a good question. There is certainly more than one kind of power. Masters of sumo are strong in different ways from masters of a sword or spear or bow, and there are no doubt many other similar examples as well. Ha ha ha, right? As far as I'm concerned, anyone who's cook incredibly strong in their own right, like that maidservant, or people who can write poetry or something else too. I've never been able to wrap my head around poetry. Power. What is power? Oh, Lady Karuko's here. Welcome back. I'm glad to see you're all safe and sound. So, I couldn't help but notice you didn't return straight after we left the palace. May I ask where you went? We just hung around Suzaku Avenue for a bit before hanging out to take care of some monsters. Monsters? Oh my. You heard all about those rumors going around about the steel monster. We heard it had been in Bernard's ride, so we went to pay it a little visit. Of course, it just ended up being some clones or illusions or something like that. So we'll have to go back later and look for the real thing. I see. To think there was such a monster hiding out there. Oh, but hey, you don't have to worry, Karuko. We might have missed it last time, but we'll definitely get it next time. Then no one will have to be scared of it. So just sleep at night and don't worry about a thing, alright? Alright. I'm sorry. I'm feeling a little under the weather, so I hope you wouldn't mind if I, take my leave and retire for the night. Oh, okay. I guess it's pretty late. Yeah, why don't you turn in? You can sleep easy tonight, knowing we got the steel monster thing well in hand. Good night. Are you okay, Karuko? Oh, yes, it's nothing. Thank you for your concern. Good night. Anyone else kind of worried about her? Master, I'm sorry to disturb you soon after you've gone to bed. Are you asleep? No, I'm still up. I see. Lady Karuko just went out on her own. What shall we do? She was acting kind of odd, wasn't she? Indeed. It seemed as though something was weighing on her mind. I swear, how many times are you gonna keep showing up like this? If Raiko catches you, it'll be your head on the floor. I'm up! What is it? There a monster around, or where? Lady Karuko just went out on her own. I was asking Master what we should do. I see. She wasn't walking, wasn't she? No, she took a carriage. Gotcha. What time is it now? Early morning? No, it's still way too dark for that. It is still nighttime. Just before midnight, actually. Danzo, would you go after Karuko? Understood. I will scout ahead to find out where she's headed. Damn, she's already gone? Huh. Man, Danzo sure doesn't waste time. Anytime once she makes up her mind, does she? Alright then. Now that we're on the main road, which way do we go? She could have gone in any direction. I have a report to make. Lady Karuko's carriage appears to be headed straight for Inari's shrine. Whoa, she's gone again? That's impressive. Well, guess we better get going too. Here, why don't I carry you, Drake? That'll make us move faster. Way faster. Hold on tight. And whatever you do, don't bite your tongue. That's where we haven't run into a single creature yet. And we're almost to the shrine too. Shut up! Helter skelters! So you things got bored of hanging around undergrounds, huh? Oh, right. No point in yelling at Shikigami, is there? Well, it doesn't matter. Get out of our way. Otherwise, we're going right through you. Come on, Drake.
こういうことも、こういうこともできる。命令との。
秋は夕暮れ、冬は朝。世界は今日も糸エモシ。エモーショナルエンジンフルドライブ。
古きルール、どれにしようかな。なんだと命令との。
それな。
ささやか。
それぐるぐるっと。
震え、凍てつき、砕け散る時まで諦めることは許さんぞ。
This is a mixed note. I guess our tutorial. Karuko, where are you? Looks like she left the carriage here. And her servants don't know where she is, either. They're just waiting for her to come back. This must mean she... You are correct. Lady Karuko went into the cave we found earlier. Make sure you don't do anything rash. Understood. The magical energy here is just as dense now as it was earlier. Thus far, there do not seem to be any hostile magical energy signals. I cannot be certain, as my scans do not reach the innermost chambers, but I believe it is safe to say there are no familiar species ahead. Come on, let's keep going. Yes, Master. Right on. It's hard to imagine Lady Karuko attacking us, but this would definitely be the perfect place for an ambush. Not much room to move around in either here. So let me lead the way. Danzo, would you bring up the rear? Leave it to me. Drake, you stay behind me and ahead of Danzo. If anything happens, I'll be counting on your help. You got it. Awesome, thanks Drake. Whoa there. Lord Kentucky. Yeah, I can tell someone's here. But it doesn't feel like an ambush. Hey, in there! Unless you want to learn the hard way of how accurate I can throw my axe, you better show yourself right the hell now. Lord Kintoki, I know, don't worry, I'm not really gonna throw it. We might be dealing with Karuko after all, and I never do that to anyone who put me up and fed me. I'm just bluffing. Ha 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 ha. Well, I definitely don't want to have to dodge your axe. Say Shonagun? Hey, cut that out. I told you not to call me that. I'm sorry, but I really rather you not go any further. Can't let you pass. You three are just going to have to turn around and go back the way you came. Well, damn, this is a surprise. I hate to sound like an officer or something, but what in the world are you doing here, Kyoko? Don't tell me you're actually the master. What to do? Telling you that I'm the master to throw you off would probably work. But unfortunately, I don't like lying like that. So no, I'm afraid I'm just plain old me here. Besides, I don't even know what you mean by master. So she doesn't have anything to do with the Imperial Holy Grail War. Then why are you here? Please step aside, Kyoko. We have to meet with as many masters as we can. We're not looking to start any trouble here. We just want to talk. Please understand. Normally, I'd be happy to do anything you ask, Blondie, I mean, you never asked me for anything before, and now you've asked me for 2 favors in almost many days. As many days. And since I'm such a dependable big sister to all, there's definitely a part of me that wishes I could do what you want. Yeah. But I'm sorry, I can't this time. Don't get me wrong, I got nothing to do with this. It's got nothing to do. I just can't let anyone go further than this. Are you trying to help Karuko? You got it. Really? How's that work? I thought you didn't even know each other. And it's true, we don't. The only thing we have in common is that we're both riders. She doesn't even know I'm out here trying to stop you guys. I'm just here doing this on my own, for my own selfish reasons. Huh? I have rarely ever seen sheer brazenness. Maybe I said this before, maybe I didn't, but I really love the stories she writes. I mean, really, really love them. That's why I'm not letting anyone pass here. I don't care who they are. Of course, that might be easier said than done, since I'm really not a fighter. The most I can do is play a mean game of Kimari, so maybe you can give me a pass, cause I'm just so pretty. What? Whoa. You gotta know that ain't happening. I didn't want to bring this up, but you're not exactly a spring chicken anymore, Kyoko. Besides, there's 3 of us and only 1 of you. And if you are skilled as an omyoji as Lord Seimei, I still don't think you could beat us by yourself. Did you think you could just... Did you think you could just slip in that horrible and uncalled for dig at my age and I'd miss it, Blondie? Now that you've poked my proverbial bear, I'm just gonna lead off with my trump card, or talisman in this case. Hang on, is that one of Lord Seimei's talismans? But I thought you hated Omyoji. Well, yeah, I do. I especially can't stand their loud chanting. And while Lord Seimei's easy on the eyes and all, I'm not super interested in being his friend. Besides, he did give me this talisman before he disappeared, and I think it's because he knew what I was gonna do. Honestly, it kind of pisses me off too, but right now, I can deal with it. Alright, you guys are up. Multiple hostiles confirmed. Master, she seems to have some kind of summoning spell. You gotta be kidding me. Wahahaha! Let's freaking go! Why?
大丈夫。落ち着いて。
Why?
普段通りに。今のうちに準備だ。早立てです。カレーよりチャンバラ上等。ガンガン行くわ。ここにかけて。レーケンポーパ2。オーイェー。My name is Musashi Miyamoto! せい！輝き。運命をかけた戦いであれば早書きですカルウェナ。
I gotta kill that thing right away.
剣圧にて海を立つ櫓のごとくクジラマン大入道ご剣だいざ幕破り受けたまわるクッはいよ2.1流夏のせいってね 兵法無尽。豪快にひらめいた。
誇りにかけて
剣圧にて海を立つ。櫓のごとくクジラマ大入道ご剣断。いざ魔剣破り受けたまわる。受けるがいい。せいとりバーサーカーだから悔しい。
役体もない。
Probably won't kill, but at least it's damage.
神妙なら
てんでい源一よ。誇りに念には及ばず。そこです。輝きごめんなさい。念には及ばず。
物どもかかれ。
Alright.
二軍二軍。
Alright. We got Babbage, and I'm guessing Babbage and Skelters. Let's go with Achilles. Yeah. All hostiles eliminated. The battle is over. Man. Oh, that's smarts. Hold out your hand. Oh, thanks. Oh man, so much for that. Guess that's what I get for stepping out so far out of my wheelhouse. And now that the talisman is all used up, I'm pretty much done. Kyoko. Have you ever read that story verse? It's great stuff, you know. I really love it. Well, except for Hikaru. He's the one character I just can't stand. But him aside, it's got amazing romances. It's got several amazing romances, comedic scenes, dramatic scenes, feel-good scenes, quiet scenes. Really, there's just something special about it. It doesn't matter how many times I read it. I always get so caught up that I can't put it down until I finish. So you better believe that I'm going to see how the story like this special ultimately ends. That's why well, we're not going to hurt Karako, I promise. Right, Kintoki? I'm supposed to protect women and children. I never go around fighting them. Even now, we haven't actually laid so much as a single finger on you, right, Kyoko? So don't worry. Like I said right at the beginning, I came here to talk, not to throw my axe around. I know what you're worried about, and I'm telling you, it's not gonna happen. I won't let it happen. I too would like to dream the way you do. If I were to go beyond your thick steel armor, do you think I could see your world for myself? Ridiculous. If that's meant to be a joke, Master, it is not funny. You need only be concerned with your own dreams. The remains of mine is my business alone. Besides, the act of telling stories is not so different from following one's dreams, finding inspiration, great poetry, and creating your own world. Indeed, you already have a dream of your own, Master Karuko. How can you be so certain, Lord Babbage? After all, you were. True, my own attempts at poetry were far from inspirational. But I can count a number of great poets among my friends, and I am quite familiar with their words. So I do know the many joys and sorrows of those who tell stories. And I know what it is you wish for more than anything. Alright. Now then. How long are you going to spy on us? It is past time you revealed yourselves, brave youths. So you knew we were here, huh? We apologize for interrupting your discussion. You must be Lord Charles Babbage. Ah, it's you three. Did you follow me here? I'm so sorry, Lord Babbage. I didn't... It's true, we did follow you. I'm sorry. So you know my true name. They will not bother with questions, as you clearly are here as part of the Imperial Holy Grail War. Yeah, we are, but don't go jumping to conclusions too quickly. I just want to talk. The Imperial Holy Grail War is an evil plot, or at least we suspect it is. And I, for one, sure don't feel like playing. Right into some hands of some jerk villain's hands. So what do you say? Will you? That thing's got some heft. That must be hell of a hammer you got there. Looks like you must be the original steel monster then. This is a staff! Please, just hear what we have to say. Why are you being so hasty, Lord Babbage? There's nothing to discuss. Looks like we got a hard-headed old man on our hands. You can't hear us, right, Steel Guy? Karuko? We think the Imperial Holy Grail War is an evil scheme. The whole thing is laid trap by a seriously wicked bastard. We don't want either of you getting caught up in something like that. Don't listen to them, Karuko. I was called here by a true Holy Grail's power. I will therefore do all that is within my power to see my master's wish granted. You don't get it, do you? There's no telling for sure that anybody's wish is going to be granted. Don't go risking your life for something you don't even know you can trust. We have nothing to discuss. Humans are fragile creatures. Life is fleeting. So there's even the slightest chance of realizing one's heart desire. One must put everything they have towards making it a reality. Do you understand? Stand down. Not happening. Kintoki! I know. I'm just gonna let him cool down. Get him to cool down. Here he comes. Steam pressure rising. Steam pressure rising. Engaging stage 2 combat mode. Oh wow, only 3. Oh, of course. Just in case. Okay. Man, he hits hard. It's like fighting one of the giant bears from the mountain. But you should have known better than to challenge me to a sumo match. Take this! You're strong enough to hurl even my armor. Impressive hero of the East. Restarting engines. Kirk, a malfunction in my armor? Impossible. I've never dreamed you would be this strong. Lord Babbage! Karuko. Please, Karuko, we just want to talk. Lady Fujiwara no Karuko, daughter of Lord Fujiwara no Tametoki, are you a master, one of the Imperial warriors taking part in the Imperial Holy Grail War, or not? I am no warrior. However, that's right, you are not a warrior. You have no experience with martial arts. And from what I hear, you're not so much good with Shikigami either. But you do have power. Of course you do. It ain't the power to fight or use Shikigami. You have the power to weave words and bring stories to life. A kind of power I could hope to never achieve. Would have been nice if Lord Michinaga could have just come out and said it. But oh well. The point is, you're the 5th master of the Imperial Holy Grail War, aren't you, Lady Murasaki Shikibu? Lord Michinaga doesn't know I'm a master, nor does Lord Ashia Dolmen. They couldn't possibly know. Only the heavens could know about the marks that appeared on my left hand. I refuse to engage in battle with anyone. I won't fight. I can't fight. My only gift is for writing what I wish I could possibly hope to have granted in the Imperial Holy Grail War. I don't. Of course. It's okay, Karuko. You can tell us. In normal Holy Grail Wars, it is precisely those with strongly held wishes that the Grail chooses. I expect it's no different than for the Imperial Holy Grail War, Lady Karuko. It seems I can't put anything past you. You're right, I do have a wish. Karuko. It is all right, Lord Babbage. These people aren't here for your head. I believe they're telling us the truth. I can no longer continue to lie to them in good conscience. I do hope you can all forgive me. The truth is, I want to give my story the greatest ending possible. That is my wish. No more, no less. You're talking about the tale of Genji? Yes, I am. Well, hey, you're still in the middle of writing it, right? So why can't you just keep going until you're done? This is your story we're talking about here. You can decide exactly when and how it ends. You don't need a holy grail for that, right? Yeah? I wish it were that simple. Choosing the right words, putting together sentences, weaving it all together in a story. Truth be told, the whole process feels much like going through summer without anything to drink. At times, it can be very difficult to keep going. And just as a traveler's legs can grow heavy over time, so too can the fingers that hold the brush. And this is not something that has happened once or twice. I can't tell you how many times I've nearly collapsed under the weight of it all. This was one of those times, and it was so bad that I was very close to giving up entirely. How should I end my story? What sort of ending should I give to Hikaru? I agonized long and hard over what I should do. Even when I slept, my fingers would continue to paint words in the air with my brush. Then, after several fruitless days and sleepless nights, the Imperial Holy Grail War was announced. And I acquired the mark of a master. These glowing red lines appeared on my hand, followed by Lord Babbage's appearance at my house. My wish? Indeed, your wish. It was the strength of your wish that called to me. Now I will do everything in my power to see it granted. So wish for you have earned the right. Be proud, for I will lend you my strength. What do you mean? The Imperial Holy Grail War is a ritualistic fight to the death. That is, the deaths of the heroic spirits involved. That's terrible. I mean, I do have a wish. I'm wishing for it right now, in fact. But fighting with a blade? I couldn't possibly do that. Also, what do you mean by the deaths? By the deaths of the lives of the... By the deaths of the heroic spirits involved. I'm gonna ignore that lives. I refer to my own death. Should I die, you will have lost the Imperial Holy Grail War. What? I can't do that! Not after you came all this way from another world. I may still not quite understand who you even are, but I can't possibly wager your life in the pursuit of my own wishes. I don't want to see anyone hurt over a mere wish. No longing of mine could possibly be worth that. Very well, I understand how you feel, Karuko. So instead of fighting for you, I shall be your shield. You will not need to fight. I will keep you safe until the Holy Grail War is concluded. I am not the heroic spirit of a warrior, so I can tell that you're no warrior either. The Holy Grail tells me that the Imperial Holy Grail War is meant to be fought by masters protecting their servants. But you are in luck. You may not possess strength comparable to a servant, but you are a master worthy of your servant's protection. Indeed, this is how a proper Holy Grail War is meant to be fought. So rest assured, when it comes to defense, I can fight every bit as well as any warrior. So I will keep you safe to the end of this Imperial Holy Grail War. On that you have my word. I see, so you're here to protect Lady Karuko. The strategy does seem sound. During the day you could hide out here in this cavern, and at night you would return to Lady Karuko's house to keep her safe from other masters. I assume that has been your strategy. After all, even if Lady Karuko's master status were to be revealed during the day, it would be most likely be at the palace where fighting is strictly forbidden. That is why you only needed to concern yourself with protecting her during the night. Oh, got it. Sounds kind of like a couple who don't live together, where the husband only sees his wife at night, except this guy's job is to keep her safe. Seems like a sound plan to me. Indeed, I cannot let Karuko come to harm. Great poets are one of humanity's greatest treasures. They must be protected at all costs. Lord Babbage. Hang on. Does that mean you weren't just using Shikigami around the shrine and road? You're actually out there yourself? Indeed. Well, I'll be damned. That takes being bold and daring to a whole new level. And here I thought you were just sending out Shikigami and to patrol. What about the spirit form trick Danzo does sometimes? Why didn't you just use that? That way nobody would ever suspected anything was up at nighttime or not. I know I would have found this place if you'd done... I wouldn't have found this place if you'd done it. You are correct. And of course, I did employ my spirit form a great deal early in the proceedings. However, for a heroic spirit who refuses to take part in a Holy Grail War, the spirit form is too effective for its own good. The passive act of sitting back and remaining in spirit form for a long time threatens to upend the entire ritual. And the minister of the left, in charge of the Imperial Holy Grail War, Michinaga Fujiwara, refused to accept that. Michinaga, huh? Yes. 3 days after the Imperial Holy Grail War began, Lord Michinaga had every Omyoji in the Omyo Bureau work together to place a bounded field on the city's ley lines, which prevented Lord Babbage from using his spirit form anywhere in the city grounds. A penalty in so many words. After spending most of the few days entirely in my spirit form, I was cursed to remain in my physical form for the remainder of the Imperial Holy Grail War. a spirit form restriction curse. I do have to give those Eastern mages credit for their cleverness with curses. I never imagined they would target me through the ley lines. So that's why you didn't use your spirit. You literally couldn't. Now I got you. No wonder you had no choice but to walk down the road. I guess that also explains why you were in such a rush to settle things when we showed up. But wait a second. If you were watching over Calico's house at night, where were you the night we showed up? I am still able to use my spirit form for extremely search periods in case of an emergency. So that is what I did. So then, the last couple of days, at night I remained hidden away at a distance and used my thermal sensors to monitor Calico's well-being. Alright, that connects a whole lot of dots. Still, I'm amazed you two managed to keep this thing secret for so long. You do know there have been rumors of you going around town, right? That's why. Indeed, and of course, I have heard the same rumors. Master, get behind me! This cave is one of Kyo's spirit caverns. Not that I would expect anyone who is an officer to know about it. Oh, a poor showing on your part, Kintoki. Take a combat stance. So you continue to throw your lot in with Kintoki. As you have nothing to do with the Imperial Holy Grail War, I will spare your life. But your interference may cost you at least one of your limbs. I'm not used to fighting people, and I'm especially unaccustomed to holding back. These hand-gauging warriors are truly terrifying foes. Even with all my sensors tuned toward maximum sensitivity, to help make our way through this cavern, I still didn't notice them. Afraid it's been more of a poor showing from you, Suna. Hate to tell you, but we got here first. You don't get anything for second place here, not on my watch. I've known that was happening for quite a while now. I simply chose not to do anything about it for the time being. I figured there might be at least one idiot who would jump on the rumors for a heroic spirit walking around on the main road at night. I never expected that idiot would be you, though. I suppose you and I are just fated to run into each other like this, Kintoki. Who cares if you already knew about this place or not? Everyone knows you don't go snatching other people's quarry out from under their feet. Lord Batterson's just any old steel monster. He's also my guest. So I'm not letting you or anyone else take him away. Ha. You fell for it. Suna Watanabe, one of the strongest warriors of the stage. You've even claimed the heads of 2 servants already. Yet you somehow never expected that my nighttime walks might be part of my plan. Now let me show you what I can do with this so close to a ley line. Steam pressure rising, unlocking combat maneuvers, connecting steam engine. Steam pressure at maximum, emergency, releasing my noble phantasm's true name. Definition of steam. Ouch, that's hot. Hey, what's with all the white smoke? The steam cavern is filled with steam, and there are dozens of helter skelters within. He must have released his noble phantasm's true name. These numbers. We have an army at your command? It is my dreams, my obsessions, my ceaseless regrets that give my noble phantasm its power. Now the remains of my dreams will crush you where you stand. Ha 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 ha. I told you you fell for my trap, Suna Watanabe. 1, 2, 3. Just how many Shikigami are there? Damn, nice work, Steel Guy. My dreams and my obsessions should keep him busy for a while, as they will manifest without end. Come, brave youths. Now is our chance. Hell yeah! Let's get out of here. Come on, we gotta escape with the hell just kept us holding it back. No. Not... That is the... No, that is not the chance I mean. We may have never gotten a better opportunity to settle matters between us. Fight me, brave youths. Babbage? Lord Babbage! No, you mustn't. I can't be of any help to you in battle. Even with Lord Seimei's tutelage, I still know next to nothing about Omyodo. Certainly nothing that could come to aid. Please reconsider. There's no possible way for you to win. Lord King Toki and Lord Drake are right. Now is your chance to escape. There's no need for you to stay here. There's any number of places you could flee to. You could leave the city and go on to the far west of Japan or the east, even further if necessary. Anywhere is better than here. If staying here means you end up hurt because of me, Karuko, no. Murasaki Shikibu, Princess of Storytelling. The difference engine I dreamed of calculate anything and everything. While it may never have become a reality or become the all-powerful device in which I dreamed, it is still enough for me to know that this is where my path ends. Tsuno Watanabe is an excellent hunting dog, a wolf even. There is no telling how long my trap will hold him off, which is why I am choosing to pass my current hopes and dreams to another. Forgive me for breaking my promise, storytelling princess. Lord Babbage, you mustn't! Your divinations may be shockingly accurate, but that doesn't mean you need to let them decide your own fate. I'm sorry, Karuko. This is how it must be. You're serious about this, aren't you? You remember I already beat you once before, right? And you still want to do this? I do. You saw Karuko crying about this, right? And you still want to do this? I do. You remember everything we told you? I do. That's so. Why are you going along with this? When someone's made up their mind like this, there's nothing anyone can do to change it. Am I wrong? No, I suppose not. I shall entrust my soul, my life, my dreams to you. Now, prove you can shatter this steel armor with my heart. This steel that armors my heart. If you cannot, your lives are forfeit. Master, over here. You who possess power, you who thirst, yearn, and struggle to make your wishes reality. If your desires are true, then join battle and kill as you must. For the only way forward to realizing your wishes is to use the power you possess to make your way through me. Alright, Charles Babbage, I hear you. There's no going back here, is there? Of course not! What the? A reality marble, Master? Master! I recognize this place. This is a deathmatch stage. For those who haven't played Shimosa, play Shimosa. This is the blood-stained battlefield of Limbo, where the losing hero's spirit soul shall be consumed upon defeat. The Imperial Deathmatch stage. My true name is Charles Babbage. This is where my dreams and obsessions shall halt you in your tracks. Hear me, O frightful gods, and laugh. Hear me, O glittering sun, and shine. Now come, and show me the extent of your power. Show me what you'll do to make your wish reality. If there's no talking our way out of this steel guy, then you're on. I see your strength and the depths of your resolve, and I'm ready to meet them in battle. Let's do this! I think after this chapter we'll stop here. I think we still we still go with Scotty. Still would go with Scotty and Achilles.
よし、エニシがボスだか殺し合おうじゃないか。なあ
こういうこともできる。古きルール
潰させてもらう。よし、行くぜ。クサントス、ダリオス、ペラス、行くぞ。我が命は流星のごとく。トラゴンや。
Oh, that's not good. He has 10 left? Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay.
ねささやか脆い脆いこうだ図が高い
Okay. So he has 2 hits left.
Yosh! 片っ端から蹴散らしてやるぜ。
脆い脆い
クサントス、ダリオス、ペラス、行くぞ。命がけで走れ。我が命は流星のごとく。トラゴンや。準備完了だ。潰させてもらう。
こういうこともできる。
Achilles will be the only one survives. So.
行くぜ。
At least I think.
クサントス、ダリオス、ペラス、行くぞ。命がけで走れ。我が命は流星のごとく。トラゴンや。甘いんだよ。
Jesus.
よし、片っ端から蹴っていくぜ。おう。さあ、立ち伏せよ。我が戦車は星のように容赦なくお前たちを引きつけトラゴアイディア。甘いんだよ。
That invincible sucks. But he's taking 20 damage per turn, 20k per turn. It's one turn.
下がって誇りにかけて。
わかりました。
輝き。そこです。早炊きです。カルウェナ。熱を帯びなさい。マルミアードは下がっているように。
片っ端から蹴散らしてやるぜ。さあ、立ち伏せやってよ。我が戦車は星のように容赦なくお前たちを引きつけトラゴアイディア。
Alright, that should be it.
当然とはいえ嬉しいものですね。皆さんのおかげです。
The opening wasn't cool as Shimosa though. I'll give it that. Hurrah! It seems this contest of strength has ended with your victory, Kintoki. Lord Babbage! Lord Babbage! Charles! What happened? Allow me to explain, Lord Suna. The enemy servant's spirit core has been shattered. It won't be long now before he departs from this world. So he chose death rather than flight. Then this was suicide. No, that's not quite right. He threw his lot in with Kintoki, my inferior, in order to protect his master. I can see his logic. Restraint has never been my forte. My Higekiri even left Lord Urabe and Lord Usui, two of the four Handley kings, seriously wounded. Lady Murasaki, who knows nothing of martial arts, may not have been so fortunate to escape merely missing an arm. Come, Caster, we have no business here. No more business here. Kintoki has won this death match. Yes, Lord Suna. Charles Babbage. Lord Babbage. There's nothing strange about this. I could not be happier with this outcome. Even if I followed my different engine's instructions, I bet everything on a flash of inspiration from my soul. You there, boy with the black hair, there's something familiar about you. It almost feels as though we're old friends. Friends who once walked side by side somewhere far, far away. Am I merely imagining things? No, I am certainly not. I am not sure that entrusting you with my undertaking is the right thing to do. I may not have been able to keep my promise to Karuko, but even so, I would ask that you protect her in my place. Please. I know. You don't gotta say it. I'm not gonna let anyone hurt her. That said, once you die, your master will lose her master status, and Brother Suna won't have any more reason to go after her. But you knew that when you challenged us, didn't you? Young warrior who reminds me of nothing so much as a crimson dragon. Beautiful eastern automaton. Young man with the black hair. Karoko. Lord Babbage. Do not throw away your dreams. None of you need to throw anything away at all. Not even if that something is a dream. The most fragile, fleeting thing in the world. You must not throw it away. Our dreams? No fair, old man. I am but a heroic spirit recorded by humanity after my dreams were crushed. Which is exactly why I implore you not to forget your own dreams, young ones. Never lose hope. It will not always be easy. At times, it will be sheer agony. But you may pause, you may rest. But you must never ever abandon your dreams. As long as you hold on to your dreams, you may always pick yourself up and keep moving. Encase your dreams in steel armor forged from your own ideals. Do that, and nothing will stop you. Now go. It matters not if you lose your way or suffer injury, young ones, as long as you keep forging ahead. Lord Babbage. We still got time. Alright. Let's finish this up, and then we'll call it. The city of Kyo, currently in the midst of an Imperial Grail War. Lately, foul creatures have even been prowling the city's main roads. And recently, something even stranger has been there. My Steelcaster. The steel monster was said to be a great hulking beast that stalked the streets of Kyo at night, and that towered over women and men alike. Now, he will never be seen again. All that remained of him was a faint mass of glittering light, which shortly vanished. Following my defeat, the marks on my left hand disappeared, never to return. I do not doubt that people will be glad to hear these new rumors. They will no doubt say it is our valiant officers who vanquished the red-eyed steel monster. But I know the truth. The steel monster was no monster at all. The worst thing he ever did was protect me. The end. Excerpt from a diary. Alright, I shall be back later. My duties at the palace keep me quite busy, even when I'm not writing, you see. Oh, no need to worry about my protection. My family's carriage is embedded with special talismans, so I'll be alright even with just my servants. You're still free to stay here as long as you like. I won't breathe a word to the main Genji house. Alright, I shall see you later. Please enjoy your breakfast. Will do, thanks. See you later. Yes, I shall see you later. I can tell she's still in mourning. Yes, I believe so. Lady Karoko has been hiding her tears, but I noticed some signs of redness around her eyes. I doubt she was able to get much sleep last night. Nah, she's alright. Or at least, if she says she's alright, that's good enough for me. I think, the way I see it, sometimes putting up a brave front's a way to help yourself to feel better. It's kind of like an armor for your heart. At least that's what I think. So I'd rather see this as Karoko finding herself a damn fine set of armor. Yeah, that's how I'm choosing to see it. I see. That is a lovely way to look at it, King Toki. Lord King Toki. Whoa, check it out. Pretty awesome weather we're having today. Encase your dreams in steel armor. Forged from your own ideals, huh? Man, that's good. That's real good. I wish I could say something like that. Something that good and mean it one day. But I don't think I can. What is my dream? What is it I want to do? It's no use. No matter how much I think about it, I keep coming up short. I may have been grown up on the outside, but I'm an empty vessel inside, where it counts. Things were a lot simpler back on the mountain. If I didn't like something, I just grab it and toss it. I laughed, I wrestled, I ate, I slept, and that was all there to it. What's wrong with me? What is it I'm missing? It's been a few years since I named one of Raiko's Heavenly Kings and charged with defending the city. And I still have no idea. I don't know if I'll ever cut out to be a master. I'm empty. I got no reason to fight anywhere. I want something else, something right. A dream. Sure, I'll take that. Give me one of those. What'd you call it before, Drake? A morphing hero? Hell, I'll take that too. The point is, I ain't got any real substance in me. And Babbage? He had it in spades. I really envy that. Dreams, fantasies, and all covered in steel. I don't quite get what he meant by all that, but I could tell he shined bright. Damn bright. Yeah. I think he really embodied that word you introduced me to. What was it again? Oh yeah. He was golden. Don't you think, Drake? Yeah, I do. Yeah. That's right. That old steel guy was real golden. Alright. So, we finished. We're on chapter 6 now. Friends and Children. First half. So, we beat Babbage. And we're about a third of the way there to the end of the story, I think, because I think it's only like 16 chapters. But with this, we've come to an end. For right now, at least. I'll try and do something tomorrow. Maybe. I don't know. For those who live in the US, you know what's tomorrow, the day before Thanksgiving. And that's probably the most hectic. But we'll see. But until then, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Nothing. I still don't know what I'm gonna do. I might stream tomorrow, I might not. And if it's too long in between those, I'll probably just finish the story on my own. But until then, or if I do, well, I don't know. But anyway, enough stalling. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Remember to like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications for when I stream, because sometimes stories just drop, like on a Monday for some reason. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the stream, and hope you'll see my next videos. And until next time, this is Tyranno King, signing out.